In the previous episode, I introduced the P6450A motherboard and replaced the failed RTC module. At that point there were two known issues with the board, the RTC battery being dead and the possibility of the hard drive being corrupted due to the fact that it was kept open for years in storage. After replacing the RTC, I attempted to boot the machine into DOS, or at least try to install DOS on the hard drive. As expected, the hard drive kept failing and DOS would tell me it cannot detect it. I had an 8GB hard drive lying around in an old Pentium 2 Windows XP machine that I knew worked. So I connected it to the P6450A and attempted to boot DOS. As soon as the memory was checked, a different behavior could be observed. The machine was reporting that the timestamp in the BIOS was not valid. It was time to go and set up the new RTC to store a valid date and time. I tried to set up the BIOS timestamp to the current date, but it was unable to do that as the flashed version was way too old. At this point I noticed that the hard drive was not being detected. The reason for that could be that the drive is not formatted in a compatible format, it is corrupted, or it needs manual configuration. I found the data sheet for the hard drive and reviewed information about the BIOS and how to set up the drive. I applied everything I researched and rebooted. At that point, I had to install DOS on the hard drive, which required me to format it. I entered the DOS prompt from the DOS installation disk and reformatted the drive. After another reboot, the DOS installation should have started, but it kept telling me that it does not detect the hard drive. After several attempts of manual configuration from within BIOS, I decided to format the drive directly from within BIOS. after the formatting finished, the system rebooted and the DOS installation started. When DOS installed, the system was restarted and was able to boot into DOS.